Well, hello and welcome to a new random video. And in this video, guys, we're here to see the patch notes for League of Legends patch 14.8. I haven't yet seen nothing of what is here. The patch notes, I think it came out. Well, it's in here 3 days ago. So, okay, guys, let's check it out. I was a bit occupied these last 2 days, so it was quite hard for me to actually see the patch notes. Well, but here I am now. So let's see what's in here. Also, I already know that exactly. It's official patch for MSI 2024. So if you guys like to watch pro play, this is the patch where MSI is gonna happen. Let's see what's in here. Okay, so updates. There's a bug fix on Graves and on Skarner, I guess. Scorpion and bug fix. So the passive of Graves. Uh, okay, so this is okay. Yeah, no big deal. The Skarner. Okay, Skarner has a lot of things. Okay, so his passive now deals less damage. Uh, his Q deals less damage now because it has 1 less percent of the Skarner's bonus health. Okay, they're nerfing Skarner apparently. Okay, still on the Q. Upheaval damage. Okay, it's the same thing. They changed exactly the same thing. Seismic Bastion damage. They decreased the damage of the W, but they kept the AP. Okay, so this means that Skarner AP on top lane is still gonna be available to play that way. They just nerfed the damage of the W, which is a nerf to that build, but they didn't nerf the AP, so but they also nerfed the Q, so they kind of just nerfed Skarner at all. Bug fixes is not interesting to me. Okay, let's see. The nerfs. They nerf Azir. That's interesting for them to nerf Azir because Azir is a champion that is a lot played in pro play, and since this is the patch for MSI, it's quite interesting for them to nerf Azir. They nerfed Briar. Yeah, for those guys that was saying that Briar was weak, there it is why they nerfed it. Zac makes sense. Zac was hell of a strong. Zeri, maybe only if Zeri. Oh yeah, they banned it. They nerfed it in pro. Okay, 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 for pro. And Azir on pro. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. But Zeri was not showing up much in pro. Unless I watch LEC. I don't know if it was showing up in LPL or LCK, but in LEC it wasn't showing up much. Okay, got a buff on Akali. I like that. I like that, especially the fact that this is the MSI patch on Pro Play. Akali, it's interesting to see. Draven, all right. Galio, Graves, Way, Jarvan. It's basically a champion for Pro Play. Jhin, Kaisa, of course, is gonna show up in there. LeBlanc. Yeah, they're buffing the champions for Pro Play. There are some pro players that could play with Draven. Wade can totally show up. Jin can totally show up. Kaisa is definitely gonna show up. Olaf, I have already seen Olaf in the past. Rise, of course they buff Rise when it's a oh my god, it's MSI patch. They had to buff Rise for Faker. Of course they had to. Silas, Trash. Ooh, are you gonna see Caps playing with Silas on MSI? Oh, I love that. And we have some adjustments for Mordekaiser and Skarner. Are the adjustments this that we just saw, or is there something else on here? Let's see. Oh, the Vanguard. This is interesting. Beginning of this patch, Vanguard will officially be turned on in Philippines. Okay, it will. Okay, but for now it's only on Philippines. They're probably just testing what's going to happen in there. Akali. Base health increased. Okay, that's not much big of a buff. It's just something they know. Riot knows that they can't buff too much Akali because if they buff too much, Akali is just it's stupid. Azir, health regeneration reduced. Okay, and the double magic damage. Uh, okay, it's yeah. This is gonna nerf Azir's Azir's lane phase and the overall damage that it deals on the team fights, because the damage that it deals it with is W. So yeah, Briar. Briar needed some heavy nerfs. Health grow, okay, makes sense. Drench over Q was buffed. They said they nerfed them. Okay, the attack speed. Okay, they nerfed the attack speed on the W. Okay, I don't think this is gonna nerf her that much. She needed some more heavy nerfs. A Draven, his Q. Okay, they buffed the damage of the Q. Ooh, this is good. This looks not much, but to a Draven, this is heavy. This is heavy. This is gonna hurt. At least it's not gonna hurt much in pro play, because I think the pro players can deal more with Draven, and I think even in higher elos, it's not gonna hurt that much. But for like lower elos, mid elos, this shit is gonna hurt. Okay, Draven buff, it's tough. Because whenever a Draven shows up, he's always a guy that really knows how to play with that champion. I did. Oh my god. Okay, Galio. Base movement speed increase and the cooldown of his Q. It's okay, it's just buffed for the early. Okay. So probably Riot is trying to make Galio get back to the mid lane. Maybe because with his Q, because his Q is his main damage dealer and win for the wave clear also. So I think Riot is trying to make Galio get back to the mid lane, because on the previous patch they buffed Galio, and from the buffs I was thinking these buffs are for Galio support. But okay, I don't know. Maybe Galio might actually start showing up as a support. I don't know. For Graves, okay, so the things that were up there were actually not just everything. So Skarner is also probably going to show up in here too. So Graves, attack speed scaling. Increase the attack speed scaling from non-level sources towards reload time by 35%. Wait, what? Increase the attack speed scaling from non-level sources towards reload. So they increase the reload time, how fast he reloads. Okay. Critical damage ratio per pelt. Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is a buff for Graves, because Graves is also a champion that is a lot for the higher elos and for the pro play. So yeah, MSI patch makes sense. Wait, bonus magic damage. Okay, just one thing that I want to say. So far, Riot, the buffs and the nerfs, it's always just a tiny thing. It's never that heavy. Like it's just one or two lines. Okay, they're not touching much. Bonus magic damage on his passive was increased. Okay, they increased on the AP scaling, which means that Wei is gonna deal more damage later on in the game. Okay, so basically they buffed Wei on the late game. Interesting. Jarvan, if you guys want to talk to me about a champion that reminds me of pro play, it's Jarvan. Like this champion is made for pro play. bonus physical damage. Okay, 6% from the passive. Okay, they buffed his passive. This is also gonna help him on the jungle clear. It's good. This is actually quite an interesting buff to Jarvan, because they basically buffed overall his damage. His passive is gonna help him clear the jungle faster, and his passive it's also gonna help him deal damage faster to the not faster but heavier damage to the targets. So I think this is actually an interesting buff to Jarvan. Jhin, he was much in need of a buff, because I love Jhin. Bonus movement speed on critical strikes. Thank you. I love that. And on his Q, yes, thank you. It's actually the things that, like, I was playing with Jhin the other day, and I was thinking, this champion is moving too slow, and his Q is dealing too less damage. And now they buffed exactly what I was thinking. Okay, right, get out of my mind. Okay, so the damage is increased 65% AD to 74% AD. Whoa. Okay, so they nerfed the base damage in one. Come on. To buff the AD damage quite heavy on his Q. It went from 65 to 74. It's 9%. On a late game, this makes difference. Kaisa. Again, buffs for the MSI patch. Kaisa always has to show up on pro play. Damage per missile. Increased. Okay, they increased the bonus AD. Okay, that's good. I like the idea of them pushing the AD Kaisa back because Jesus, I hate AP Kaisa. LeBlanc, magic damage on her Q was buffed in all levels by 5. Okay, and the double cooldown was decreased, especially on the early game. Isn't this quite a heavy buff on LeBlanc? Like 3 seconds on level 1? I think this is quite heavy. But alright, we'll see. Mordekaiser. Whoa, there's a lot of things here in Mordekaiser. Okay. Q's cooldown was reduced. Yeah. Was reduced by 1 second on the... Okay, it's fine, 1 second, it's fine. Is E damage was yeah. Okay, they buffed this Q, they nerfed this E. Alright, right, what are you trying to get at? Ultimate, there's something new. Death Realm Escape Interactions. Champions can no longer escape Mordekaiser's Death Realm by using Quicksilver Sash, Mercurial's... Oh! Okay, this is quite a heavy buff to Mordekaiser. This is quite a heavy buff. This new thing on his ultimate, they can no longer escape. Oh my god. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so Olaf. Olaf is a champion that has been missing for quite a while now. Bonus damage to monsters. Oh, they're trying to make Olaf get back to jungle. Okay. Get back to where you should never have come from. Okay, they... Riot, if you want to buff Olaf in jungle, you should buff the early damage, not the late ones. Like when he's level 5 on his Q, he's already dealing pretty heavy damage on the jungle. To increase that in there, you should maybe like increase this 5 in here. That would help Olaf in the jungle. Rise, or should I say Faker? Slow was it? Whoa, slow was increased by quite a lot, and the cooldown was reduced um on early game. Hmm. Yeah, this it's not a heavy buff to Rise, but it's a buff for Faker. This is Riot saying, Faker, I want to see you play with Rise. Skarner. Okay, now, oh man, that's a lot of things. Recommended runes and items. Okay, they updated, whatever. Base stats, mana growth decreased, mana regeneration increased. Alright. Is Q. That's a lot of things. Is Q. So, buffed. Okay, so 80 Skarner was buffed. Okay, so maybe people may stop playing with AP Skarner. His mana cost was decreased. They're buffing his skill quite heavy. The buff duration will still refresh on attacks and upon casting easy. Okay. So he can keep. I think when they saying buff direction is the amount of time that Skarner can keep the rock on his tail. Upheaval request, lookout time. Lockout time. I don't know what this is. I don't think I've played with Skarner enough times to realize what the hell this is. Upheaval? I don't even know what the hell does upheaval mean. I'm not American, okay? Share the Earth cast time. Now this is how long Skarner stands in place, pulling the boulder out of the ground before. Oh, okay. See, right? You should you should put a note like this in front of everything. uh, so yeah, they're buffing his Q quite heavily. And then we have the W. Mana cost increased, and magic damage decreased. Yeah, this is Riot saying, I don't want to see you guys playing with AP Skarner. Let's get back to the full-on tank Skarner, back to his normal build. Yeah, that's it, guys. So I think this is where the AP Skarner with Arcane Comet upgrading his W on top lane is gonna end, and we might actually start seeing Skarner on jungle now with this Q. Skarner, because Skarner used to be quite weak on the jungle, it might actually be better now. I don't know how much, but it actually might be better. Silas. Oh, oh, never mind. I was saying that Caps might actually play with Silas now, but what was buffed with was the damage to monsters. So they're buffing Silas jungle. Why the hell do you want to see Silas on jungle? Okay, so damage to monsters 70 to 100. All right. Thresh. Thresh was a champion that was already quite strong, even for pro play. They were already picking him. Now it's probably gonna be a heavy pick. Base armor increased, magic resist growth. Okay, so they made Thresh a little bit more tanky. All right. Zac, base health regeneration per 5 seconds decreased. I disagree. I think the thing that you should nerf on Zac would be not much, but slightly the healing that he gets per glob. But just a tiny bit. Doesn't need to be much. Just a little thing. And it would actually make a lot of help. Zeri, base health decrease. You guys tell me if you guys have been watching, I don't know. Well, let me see, what is the justification? Zeri was a big winner for patch 14.6. I was a bit out of patch 14.6. Though we brought down Static Shiv a little, the risks becoming the most sought after champion at MSI, so we're taking away a little bit of early game durability to open up lane bullies as a tactical counter in lane. Okay, so this is why I'm not understanding much of the Zeri's nerf, because I was a bit offline League of Legends during patch 14.6. That explains quite a lot to me now. Systems. Baron Nashor. Oh. Oh, so they buffed. They're buffing the Baron damage. Yeah, they're buffing the Baron damage. Okay, I like that idea because we reached a point that every type of jungler could do this champion almost alone. Like you could do the Baron by yourself when the game got so late on. Now maybe it might actually get a bit harder. Okay, I like this. The Void Grubs. Void Grub spawn time to 6 minutes. Okay. Touch of the Void, damage per stack. So this is the damage that it deals to towers, I guess. Each half to 3 for ranged champions through damage per second over 4 times. 8 half up to 4 for ranged champions. Okay, so they buffed the damage that it deals on the towers. So on MSI, we might actually start seeing more the junglers starting to focus the grubs. And if they focus the grubs, this might actually increase how fast a game is gonna play on. Because even though it spawns a little bit later, the damage that it deals to the towers might actually make so the towers get destroyed faster. So this means that a game might actually be played faster. The games might actually become a little bit shorter. Hunger for the Void threshold. 5 touch of the Void stacks. Gain seconds summon at 6 stacks. 4. Oh. So we're gonna. I'm not sure if I'm getting this right, but is right telling me that we're gonna get the first Void Might when we get 4 stacks? Is that it? I think that's what they're saying, instead of being on 5. And then if we want the second one, it's gonna be on 6. Okay. I'm not a jungler. You junglers can tell me in the comments what do you think about this. Mythic shop rotation. I'm not much interested in that. ARAM, whatever. I do play a lot of ARAM, but it's just when I'm like not not caring much about like if I would just want to do a fast game and that's it. So yeah, that's it, guys. There's the new skins. So guys, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to drop the like. Soon I'll be posting the tier list for this patch. I'm actually gonna do a tier list a little bit different than I did on the previous patch. I'm gonna do a tier list for bronze. So I'm expecting to catch like iron players, bronze and silvers to watch the tier list for bronze. Then I'm gonna do a tier list for platinum. So I'm expecting to catch like gold, platinums, and emeralds, maybe even diamonds. And and then I'm gonna do a tier list for masters. So I'm expecting to for master no for grandmasters. Sorry, I'm expecting to catch masters, grandmasters, and challengers in there. Although I don't think they're gonna be watching my videos because they probably already know how to analyze the patch notes by themselves and their tier lists and whatever. They know what is better and not. So guys, this is the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to drop the like down there. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.